The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network and its website are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The shows found on the Night Dreams Talk Radio Network can, but do not necessarily, promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades. Here's your host, Gary Anderson.
That is me. How's everybody's week been? And a big shout out to the truckers and to John tonight. John Breckman, who I guess runs a truck from North Carolina to, well, everywhere, I guess, at night. What can I say? James, are you here tonight?
No, he is not here. I'm filling in. I'm his twin brother, Jack. How you doing? No, I'm here. What's up, Gary?
Boy, how do I know what's up at my age? But I tell you, tonight is going to be a heavy, heavy hitting show. You know who we have. Why don't you tell one of them?
Well, one of them is going to be Joshura P. Warren. This guy's been around the paranormal, very well versed, very well educated. It's going to be very educational to learn what all he has found out in his researches about UFOs and, well, anything paranormal, really.
Well, we're going to be talking mainly about Area 51 tonight. You know, we're kind of wrapping up the week tonight about Area 51. You know, again, you were telling me last night about the two Danish citizens that went 3 miles into Area 51 before they got nabbed. And when the sheriffs, took them back to their car, by the way, they're in jail, took them back to their car, they found some interesting stuff in the back of the car. They found, a laptop with a whole bunch of messages stating that they were going to go on to Area 51. They found a drone, which, I wonder why they would have had a drone. Probably to sneak that over and try to get pictures over in Area 51. Interesting, isn't it?
That is. See, that kind of validates what I was talking about yesterday. Also about, they have the okay to use any force necessary to stop anybody. So, say there was some nefarious people that, a lot of countries use kids to bomb whatever. So they're driving in there. It looks like a family. So you just don't know. I mean, they've got drones. God knows what anybody could try to get past those gates to do whatever. But I got to say, with all the barbed wire and the razor wire and the sensors, and you know what, they might even have landmines out there. Who knows?
Well, I tell you, it's not a safe place to go walking. Besides that, they got sensors that even are so sensitive they can detect the ammonia in your body. So, I mean, I can't even detect somebody's ammonia unless they've been working out. But their sensors can do that. And then on top of it, you have to worry about those creepy rattlesnakes everywhere, too.
Oh, then, exactly. And there's scorpions. Listen, they've got guys that you can't see, probably got sniper rifles on you, and like you said, cameras everywhere, sensors. You're not going to sneak past there, and they're going to use any force necessary. And again, like I touched on yesterday, not everybody has the same type of personality. You might have somebody that's kind of not a good person, that's a guard in a bad mood, and he might just figure, hey, you know what, today I'm going to shoot first. You just don't know.
That could happen, but I think, they're going to maybe put a little strain on it. It just depends, because I guess it has been canceled, but yet there's still a lot of people en route is going to go there for the Area 51, and, the areas around there, it's like it was brought up last night. well, how is it going to support thousands of people? I mean, you know, for getting food, finding a place to sleep, all this stuff. And people get rowdy when they get hungry and they can't get water, and there's a lot of people, and especially if they have to even go to the bathroom and there's not even, adequate places to go there.
Exactly. What I can see happening, even if there was 1 million people was going to go and they canceled it, even all that 1 million people, it's like a numbers game. Say 1,000 people say they're still going to do it and rush in there, or however many. I could see the National Guard showing up, and when they show up and there's a crowd and there's rowdy and there's lack of water and food and people are miserable, that's a disaster. That's a recipe for disaster right there. Or it could be.
I think so, but I don't think the National Guard's going to show up. This, you're going to find a lot of, military there. A lot. I mean, the Air Force has announced that they are set with enough security. And so, I mean, again, like Penny, like she said, I read her little message last night that she posted up on her group page, or actually replied to one of my postings, that she went there last week. And they had, weapons, pointing out the gates and out the fences, not sticking through it, but back a ways to let people know that they are ready for whatever happens. And then they put that, the barbed wire is like razor blades all around it too. So they're really beefing it up.
Yeah, they're ready. And, another thing, they kind of ratted on themselves, letting them know what's going on. So they're well prepared. And the thing is, you're not going to see nothing in there anyway. I can assure you, since the Bob Lazar days, that they've set forward a protocol to remove all that stuff, or they probably move it around anyway and don't keep it in one spot too long anyway if there was any alien technology or bodies or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, too, we found out last night how many tunnel systems they have, plus how far down it goes, maybe down to 15 levels. That is really scary.
It is scary. And like that report I read, I think Monday or Tuesday, where that one, I forget his name, I think it was Filer maybe or something like that, but he got in a battle with the aliens underneath Dulce, and he said later on that there was 129 secret underground bases. So if there's underground bunker bases or whatever there, who knows how many levels down it goes or how many miles to the east or west it goes. They may connect other bases like you were mentioning last night.
Oh, yeah. I just, hope it doesn't go out of hand. And you know what? You keep mentioning, like even last night, maybe 1,000 people. I got a funny feeling, because this is the way this has been going in the frenzy with the people about UFOs. I'm willing to bet it'll be over 5,000 to 10,000, even maybe more.
Well, you know what? I kind of figure that too. Like your friend, the guest that was on the other night, where his his grandfather started that place where that little town of 300 became a town of 10,000 in one night. That same thing could happen there. And, somebody mentioned the other night it'd be like another Woodstock. Well, that was kind of a disaster too, because you had way too many people, lack of medical supplies, water, food, and all these essentials, and you're in basically a desert in September.
Oh, yeah. You're so true. Again, don't forget today, what day of the week is this? And the month? Today is Friday the 13th, and it's a rare full moon tonight. And and it's like on Friday the 13th. It's the first time in many, many years this has happened.
Well, let me just tell you something there, Mr. Gary. It's Friday the 13th, a harvest moon Friday the 13th. Now, last time that happened, I think it was in the year 2000, but it won't happen again for another, let's see, I think 2049 or something like that in August. So it's going to be a long time before you ever see another one Friday the 13th on a harvest moon, full moon.
Oh, yeah. And
rare.
Yeah, and you know what? In the Milky Way, there's a super massive black hole. It's just looking for something to eat.
Yes, it is. It's looking for planetary bodies to swallow up. Hopefully it doesn't make a beeline in our direction.
Well,
Jeez.
if it did, okay, that would not happen in our lifetime. So I wouldn't worry about that myself. Why worry about it?
No, I don't. You know what's really got my attention within, all week long, every day, I'm reading about another daggone asteroid or comet, another new ones that are coming closer. They spot another one. Have you noticed this lately also?
Oh, yeah, and it's an ongoing thing. And it's funny because you didn't see that a month ago or 2 months ago in the newspaper. It seems like now it's just like every day you open up a news report, and guess what? It's either a comet or, or an asteroid or the black hole. They discover another black hole. Even our black hole in our own solar system is like stepped up its hunger desire.
Yeah, it's really got my. I'm kind of wondering, is NASA slowly leaking a lot of these things out, and it's been going on all along? Because you bring up a good point. It seems like the last month or two, we're reading more and more about asteroid detected here, another near flyby, and so on. It's like, what's going on here?
Well, I think it's just getting out more. And don't forget, they are actually getting out there farther with the type telescopes that's out there in space, and they're seeing more things than they ever have before. It's really interesting.
It is. And I do know that one of them is going to be flying by tomorrow night, and supposedly it's going to be viewable at 7:54 Eastern Standard Daylight Time in the sky. So that ought to be interesting to see.
Yeah, and then in the news today, this study finds that the universe might be 2 billion years younger than they thought.
Really?
How did they come up with that?
I was just going to ask that. I mean, I've heard, I can remember back in grade school, their reports were saying the universe was so old and this old. I hear reports 13 billion, 13 and a half, 14 billion, the sun's so this old. And I mean, how do they get to this? I know supposedly they can look back at the farthest galaxy or whatever, whatnot, and try to date these things, but it always seems like the figures get recalibrated or something, or am I hearing things?
Well, everything I ever learned in school or college, I'm going to throw away. I mean, if it's especially about humanality, our planet, the solar system, the planets, black holes, everything I ever learned, it's all garbage now.
Oh, yeah, I can look back, because I do got a pretty good photographic memory, and I can look back all through the grade schools, history teachers and economic teachers, science teachers, whatnot. They would say we have 9 planets, and they're this, and this, and there's no other planets out there. We haven't discovered any other planets that are like Earth in the Goldilocks zone and all this. If you look back, we're finding planets right now every day that's supposedly could a lot like Earth.
Oh, yeah. And, maybe we might have, instead of